it I would prefer to try to solve this in Google Sheets versus Excel. They basically have the same formulas, but there are some differences. And the primary use of this will be in Google Sheets. Um, but I downloaded an Excel just to not have to worry about sharing permissions. So that's why it's an Excel format. So what I've done already is create a table that has some inputs, so a budget amount, a start date, and an end date. And then it has some initial outputs. So the number of days, what a flat percentage per day would be if I wanted to take this budget and spread it across evenly across the entire time period, which is what you're seeing here. What I'm looking for, and all of this is dynamic at the moment, right? So if I were to change this just to 1 day, for example, then everything changes just to have 1 day. And the budget changes, all that kind of good stuff. What I'm looking for is to solve for these two columns where essentially this column would have a formula and be dynamic based on the number of days that are in the time period, and um, it would allocate a percentage to that day in a linear growth schedule. And what I mean by linear growth schedule, I mean is this percentage would be the smallest percentage of the schedule, and all the way down to the last day, this percentage would have the largest percentage, and it would grow in a linear fashion. So not in a exponential fashion or in any sort of other type of curve, just a straight linear increasing curve. And then the same thing in this column, but in the opposite, where this the first day would have the largest percentage and the last day would have the smallest percentage.
All right. So
Does that make
yeah, yeah, it's
or
making sense. Yeah, I just want to can you give me an example for this 100,000 entry? What should be the first entry, first value? What could be the first value? For example, if there are only 10 days. So can I have the control? Let me do something.
Yep, I'll stop sharing.
Oh, no, no, no. I was saying that can I have the control of your screen so that I can put some formula and show you the result?
Oh, no. I thought you were gonna share your screen. Do you mind just sharing your screen? I mean, it's the same document.
Wow. The Google Sheet formulas are totally different than, not totally different, but the Google Sheet formulas are better than the Excel formulas because those are rigid. On Excel, we can put more from one formula, an array formula. I think you are familiar with that. I can see the formula. I can see the working of yours. Okay, so for example, you are saying the minimum percentage should be here. So the minimum, I don't know how much could be, but the maximum would be 100, right? The last value would be 100, 100,000 in here.
Um, I don't believe so, right? Because if the way that this is written, right, if you were to put 100% in any one of these cells, well, then the cell in column F would be the total amount of the budget. And that's not what I'm looking to do. I'm looking to distribute the budget, the total budget across the entire time period, uh, so that the total amount that would be in column H, or excuse me, the total, yes, the total amount that would be in column H would equal 100%. So like, for instance, if you were to sum the total in column G, it would equal 100%.
Right.
So no one particular cell within column G within the data period would equal more than or would equal 100%. So sorry, yeah. Perhaps I can share my screen and let you input some stuff, because there are some other functionalities in the sheet. So let me share my screen and I'll give you
No
control.
problem. No problem. I'm working on the Excel. No problem.
No worries. Are you able to see my screen now?
No, I'm working on mine and I'm sharing mine.
Oh, it says my screen sharing is loading. Maybe can you stop sharing yours real quick?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay.
Okay. And then trying to see how I can give you.
No, I don't need the control.
Okay.
No problem. Because
So,
if this
so
is the same.
what I have here is if I were to select linear growth, right? The budget now goes to zero because it is referencing this cell. And what I'm looking for are percentages in that formula, the output being percentages. So for instance, um, right, this is 100%, which means in the flat file, when I have select flat, because the total amount equals 100%, the total budget equals 100,000, which matches the initial budget. I'm looking essentially for the same thing um, across these two, where the formula would output a percentage in each cell that in total would equal 100%. And when I would select that column, so linear growth, so this one, then this budget would also equal 100%.
Sure.
Am I making good sense on that?
Yep, you are making no problem. So actually, let me share my screen again.
Okay.
Maybe. So if I'll take a $365 to be divided on 365 days. Okay, so I would need 1% on each day for a linear growth. Let me think. 365. Hmm. Simple. Okay, so we have $365 divided by 365 days. Okay, let me think about it and let me design a formula and then get back.
Okay, that sounds
Take
good.
care.
Thanks so much. You
Take care.
too.
Bye.